Okay, in this problem, this is an expected value problem. Let's see. We have the probability that a 25-year-old male dies within a year is 0.001430. That's pretty small. That's good, right? He pays $275 for a 1 year, $157,000 life insurance policy. What is the expected value for the insurance company? So in other words, what they're asking for, you can think of expected values like the average. So they're asking, like if the insurance company sold millions of these policies, lots of these policies, on average, how much money would they make for how much money do they make for every policy sold, right? So this is what you have to do. Expected value, if you remember, equals the sum of x times p of x times the probability of x. So we have to make up a little table and multiply each x value by its probability and then add them up. So let's make a table with an x column and a p of x column. Okay, the x column is your variable. I like in this problem, I like to think of it as the male's money situation. Okay. So let's say that the male lives, and that's good that the male lives, right? If he lives, he just shells out $275 for a life insurance policy, right? So he is down $275. So there's a minus sign there. So what's the probability that he lives? Well, they gave us the probability that he dies. So the probability that he lives is 1 minus the probability that he dies, right? So that's equal to 0.99857. Okay, now how about, the unfortunate situation that he dies. So if he dies, his estate, like his wife or whoever, is going to get $157,000. But you got to remember that he already shelled out the $275 for that policy. So you kind of have to subtract that $275 from the $157,000. So when you do that, his estate is going to be up $156,275, right? And what's the probability that he dies? 0.00143. Okay, so I think that's the hardest part of this problem is figuring out the table. Now let's just do the mechanics. We have to multiply each x by the probability and add them up. So I add another column, which I call x times p of x. Then I take my calculator out and I do negative 275 times 0.99857. Then I got negative 274.60675. And I take my calculator out and I multiply 156,725 by 0.001430, and I get a positive 224.11675. So what do we have to do to find the expected value? We have to add them up. So you just add, take your calculator, you add them up, you get negative 50.49. So think of that as dollars, right? So how do you interpret that? Well, that means if the insurance company sold a bunch of these to a bunch of different males, on average, the male's going to be down $50.49, because most of the time the guy's going to live, and every once in a while you get some poor guy that's going to die. So the negative 50.49 means negative for the guy's perspective, but that means the insurance company is getting that money on average for every policy sold. So this is the answer that they want. The insurance company, that's the expected value for the insurance company for this policy. I hope that helps. Think of the x column as your money situation. Do the simple math. I think you're good.